Well, hello, this is a brand new thing, a brand new ground. We are doing a battle guest interview on TV, on YouTube. So this could be interesting. Hopefully you can still hear us over the music and things like that. But yeah, what I'm doing here is pushing boundaries, pushing them that way, and maybe the roof might cave in on us. No idea. Let's see what happens. So I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm coming back to a battle guest. I'm interviewing a previous battle guest, asking for a little update and where we are currently. So, where are we? I'm back in Miss Elephant, which is a pancake and waffle house in Chelsea Street. Oh, the cakes are divine. And I'm sitting next to battle guest number 2. Who remembers Loz?
Everybody knows
Loz. Everyone knows Loz. Everyone needs a Loz in their lives. So I've come back to Loz to see how she's been getting on since, I think it's about 5 months since I last talked to you on the show.
Yeah, must be that.
So what I want to find out from you, Loz, is basically what's been going on since then for you. Are you in a better place? But before we get into that, what's first? Friendly fire.
Friendly fire.
This week's friendly fire comes from Matthew from If You Care Share.
Right.
His question was,
if you were a kitchen utensil, which one would you be and why?
what would you be, Loz?
What would I be if I was a kitchen utensil?
If you're a kitchen utensil, and while you're thinking that, I'm going to drink a coffee.
Ah, dear. What would I be? Would I be something... I'd have to be something useful that everybody would need, and I'd have to be something big. So I think if I was a kitchen utensil, I'd be a big bowl.
A big ball.
A big ball, yeah.
And why?
A
Because
big
everyone
bowl,
uses it.
something that everybody uses. Everybody needs a bowl. And sometimes people need bigger bowls than others.
Everyone needs a ball.
Yeah, everyone needs a bowl. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it. Yeah. I think I've got 2 answers.
We've got 2
A
answers.
silly one and probably a bit too deep one.
Right.
Let's go with the deep one. I think kitchen thing, I would be an oven glove. Reason for, bear with me on this,
Yes.
is I like to protect people around me so they don't get hurt, they don't get burnt. So while people can be enjoying the hot chips of life, I will protect them from the dangers all around. So I kind of protect that damage, that heat, and I absorb it. Yeah, it's probably burning me internally, but I try and protect the people around me and making sure they're all right.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's kind of what I think I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm an oven glove.
And what would you be on the funny one?
Oh, the funny one, I think I'd probably be something stupid like a really big spoon. But you know, in the kitchen utensil drawer with all the little spoons, I'd be in there. You open the drawer and go, "What's he doing in there? He doesn't belong there.
You see, there we are.
He doesn't fit."
That's why we're friends.
Yeah.
A big bowl and a big
Big
spoon.
spoon. Big bowl, big spoon. That's why I'm there. He doesn't deserve to be there. I don't. I'm not great at, like, stirring a tea. But when it comes to a large dessert, I'm the one you want.
Yes.
And I stand out a mile.
I love it.
Big spoon. It's big spoon and big bowl here.
Big spoon and big bowl.
That could be our new nicknames.
Yeah. think of
Cheers.
that. Cheers.
Cheers, big bowl.
Cheers, big spoon. Love it. You do realise every time I see you now, I'm going to think of a spoon.
All right, spoon. All right, bowl.
What's that about?
But yeah, so let's move on now to the battleground. This is a strange one because we've already visited Loz on the battleground. We've seen her battle. But let's go back live to the battlefront to see how Loz is doing, if she's moved away from the battlefront. Maybe she's fallen back into it. I don't know. But let's find out now from Loz how things have been in the last 5 months. So Loz, are you in a better place? Has anything happened? What's an update?
I am in a much better place now. I've met a wonderful person in my life who's turned my frown upside down
She has, yeah.
and actually brings out the best of me and loves me for me, which is something I've never really sort of experienced before. We're on a same level,
Yeah.
if you like.
Yeah.
I'm not all give. get back as well, which is lovely. To feel loved and looked after.
Yeah.
And there is nothing more that can be done to me, and the only way now is to look forward.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't had friends like you that I can sit and talk to and have a coffee and have a whinge and an offload, I've got wonderful friends around me that have kept me going.
Yeah.
And people say to me, I'm not really a great one for taking compliments. I sort of get a bit cringy when people compliment me.
Yeah.
But, people say, oh, you've been through a lot, or a lot of people wouldn't have been able to do it. And I look back and I think, well, have I? Because I know there's obviously people that have been through worse things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everybody's battle is their own battle, regardless of how good or bad it might be to one person. For that person that's actually in it, it's tough. But the friends and to talk, I know I said it before in my last thing, just talking about things, little things, very insignificant little things sometimes, or just meeting a friend for coffee and a catch up and listening to them is a help.
Hugely,
To get to where you are. And now that, like they say, your life's a chapter, and that chapter, however murky and lurky and bloody awful it's been,
I kept reading the same chapter, going back.
It's over. I've now been able to, instead of keep flipping the pages, flipping open again, I've now firmly closed the cover of the book, and I'm now able to move on
To a new book.
to a new book and a new chapter.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and also, a new book. Yes, a new book, not a new chapter, a new book. But also, when you've been through a battle, like what I've been through or other people been through, it doesn't just end like that. You do get odd things that come into your mind, and I think you wouldn't be human if it didn't. Just something might trigger you. You might have a thought about something completely weirdly random that you've not even thought of before. You think, oh, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I think of that? And what I always do with that is I try and pull myself back into the here and now. And the one thing I always focus on is my partner, Tina.
Yeah.
No amount of money could pay for how I feel with her and how she makes me feel, and that brings me back to the here and now. And my friends as well, just constantly thinking,
constant despair. Why
to
me?
be fair, I probably would be in a different position if I hadn't got my partner, because she has helped me
look forward, hasn't she?
huge amount.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot to look forward
You're
now.
planning a future together.
Yeah,
Instead of
exactly.
if you didn't have Tina, you'd still be stuck and been pulled back all the time.
Yeah.
Back all the time.
Yeah, and I think not only the situation pulling me back, I would probably have pulled myself back, i.e. the thoughts would have, maybe the negative thoughts would have probably gotten too much, I don't know. But it's now is the time to move forward and on to pastures new, as they say.
Yeah, I can resonate a lot with that, Loz, because it must be easier for some people having go through a relationship breakdown for whatever reason. Me, with having a child, I can't move on either.
No.
I've got to keep seeing my ex-partner,
It must be very hard.
who had an affair, and she's now with the person she had an affair with. So that's hard to then give up my child to them and walk away. Like, I'm giving up half the year. I don't want to see my daughter. And we're both the innocent party here. We didn't do anything wrong.
No, I know.
The daddy-daughter thing between us is a very strong bond, and it feels like, well, why are we being punished? So it's always been tough for me to keep thinking, like, we're being punished for this, and then when it comes to things like Mother's Days and birthdays, I keep feeling, well, I obviously don't want to buy my ex-wife anything. She doesn't deserve anything from me, and I don't have a lot of money to start with, but it's not about me. Life's not about doing what you want to do.
No,
it's about doing the right thing.
Yeah,
so I keep thinking, well, but Meg will want to give her mum something for Mother's Day. So, right, I'll do that for her.
Yeah, because Meg's
Meg's my number one.
That's right, yeah,
Meg's my daughter. She's my number one. I'll do anything for her. It's just hard at times when you've got a relationship when you've walked away from it, but it's keep pulling you back, and that's the difficult thing. It's always like, yeah, forget about it, Al, but you can't. You
It's
keep got to keep
difficult.
saying it all the time.
It really is. I mean, I just thank God that, you know, no, I didn't have any children or anything involved, so mine was a final cut.
You can get away from it
And
now.
it's it now. It's done and dusted. There's nothing more she can
Yeah.
do to me. End of. But yeah, if I had to see her like once a week or once a month or whatever, it would. Well, must be incredibly difficult.
Yeah,
That's why you need friends.
that's why you need friends. Yeah, and I remember when this happened, Megan was 4, so didn't quite understand. But people said to me, "Yeah, but it happened to her quite young, Al, so she'd be probably to a good age, if that's a thing to say, for this change." And then talking to Megan now, she can't remember anything different. But I remember seeing like a line to her when she was 4 for her to understand, and it was basically, "Mummy broke it, Daddy will fix it." And that's all I always keep thinking about.
Yeah.
I'll fix it for you, Meg. And that's kind of, even when I was saying there about like the oven glove,
Yeah.
I didn't want to show my emotions to her. I want to protect her. Meanwhile, I was dying inside. Internally, I was just, but I couldn't show that to Megan. And then when it goes to going to see her mum, for some reason, her mum wants to just be best friends and chat away to me and stuff. And I'm like, but I can't say anything because Megan's there. So again, it's just doing the right thing. Smile, be polite. Anything I need to know about the child, no, there you go. Hand over, done. Walk away. So I did feel without voicing these kind of feelings to friends like yourself, it was just eating away inside all the time because I'm protecting everybody, but I'm killing myself.
Killing yourself. Yeah. It's just
and that's when you realise like this is no good. I need that out. And then once you start talking openly, you're starting to open that release valve and you start feeling much better.
Yeah.
And then if you start finding your passion or something to look forward to, new relationships, and then a new journey.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you can leave that behind you going, okay, sometimes for me, I have to keep looking back and making sure everything's back okay back there.
Yeah.
My vision is purely ahead.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
and same as you, Team.
And obviously, like, you know, the one thing I always wanted to do was travel.
Yeah.
And we're going to Spain this year. We're hopefully going to go for a month next year.
Yeah.
And the following year, I hit the big 6-0, and we're going to go to New York.
New York.
Yeah, baby.
So you think when you hit the big 6-0, New York, think about how far you've come from that moment when you were sitting looking at that oak tree.
Yeah.
And you were feeling really down.
I was just going to say that. Yeah,
Remember
it's a long way.
Think of that journey. And it's not that long in
it's
terms,
not
really, is it?
It's not. I mean, Tina's often says to me, it's only been like just over 12 months.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like forever. And sometimes it feels like it was only yesterday. But, you know, it really is onwards and up and away.
I know, and when you're right down there in that pit and people say, it'll get better, you're going, I don't care.
No.
It hurts too much now. And you have such a low opinion of yourself.
It's like when you were on a downer the other day.
Yeah.
And I could tell you were when you were at the park.
Right.
Obviously from your posts and things. And the thing is, you know, I think I messaged you a couple of times, you know, just checking in on you, making sure you're okay. But there's nothing I could do or say. It is like a process that you have to go through, feeling crap and feeling down and beating yourself up inside in your mind, and everything crashes down on you. And sometimes nothing anybody says can fix it or help. But the thing is, when you're out of it or coming out of it, you know that those people are still there.
That's exactly
and that's the huge thing, you know, it really is, knowing that someone's there. And I know for a fact that you knew I was there for you, and others, obviously, so you just got me.
It's like when you're in that pit
people.
and people can say, like, they can maybe just like shout down, saying, we're here for you. Here's a rope.
Yeah.
I've got to deal with myself.
Not until you.
But until I get to the top and look around and see the crowd, and then feel so much better because I know I can see you now. It's good to know that you were there when I was at the bottom, but I've got to deal with it myself and get out of it.
Because there's nothing people can say, you know, it'll get better, or you'll be all right, and don't feel like that.
When people say, what can I do?
People can say anything, but there's nothing that they can say. And you're not being rude by not taking it on board or
No.
being short with them or being quiet. It's just that it's that process that you have to just sort it out in your
Yeah.
head first. But it's just like you say, you get to that top level of that hole and you can see the crowd
You can
there,
see them again,
and
yeah.
they're still
and that
there.
brings a smile to your
And
face.
those
Yeah.
people that are always there.
Same faces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's and that's what I used to say. I might be swimming upstream, but at least my head's above water.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, when you get above water and you see who's there for you and who's always there for you,
Yeah.
you know, that's.
I think it's interesting as well for this podcast as well for people who don't suffer from like mental health issues to know like how to help. And
Yeah.
so when they're saying things like, "What can I do?" and just understand that a lot of times, unfortunately, there's nothing, and the person you're talking to just want to be impolite. They just need to deal with it themselves.
Yeah.
Just let them know that you're going to be there for them and always will be.
That's all you got to do.
They'll get out,
Yeah.
and then once they realise you're still there and always have been,
Yeah.
you'll have such a high praise from them.
Yeah.
It's just that support, isn't it? But
Yeah, definitely.
at times, it's like for me, it's like unfortunately messages and things like that. It's great knowing you're out there, but you've got to deal
You've
with
got
yourself.
to do. You have, yeah.
It's like I
something
know
you've
I've got
to do
myself into
yourself.
this place,
Yeah.
and I've got to climb back out myself. But I was saying, like, I think on the podcast last week that maybe a sign of progress is last time I fell down, I was down there for 2 weeks, and this time I was only down there for a week.
Yeah.
But I've got better then. I haven't gone back to where I was.
No.
I've come out of it faster, and I
Yeah.
know I can see the signs quicker.
Yeah.
And going, this is happening again. It's fine. Just deal with it, process it. You'll get out of it.
And it's like you say, it's okay not to be okay, especially for men. Especially for men.
Yeah.
It's okay
I know
not to
men
be
are
okay.
useless. We all are useless
You know,
at talking about feelings.
I think it's nicer, it's better now than it probably ever has been. You know, when you might see things on the telly or social media, and men and young men and boys are much more tactile now. They
Yeah.
can hug each other and show their emotions
Yeah, that
more
old
so
generation's
than
now moved away. Isn't
yeah,
it?
definitely, which I think is a good thing.
Like an older generation wouldn't even like a father would never even hug his son.
No.
You can't cry. It's a sign of weakness. All that nonsense.
No. I mean,
But
my
thankfully
dad
that's
always
changing.
used to give my brother a hug. He'd,
Yeah.
like right from when we were all last together, he'd always give my brother, and my dad would always hug
You know, hug each other.
when they left. You
So
know?
that's quite unusual then, I would say, for the time.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't normally happen.
Of course, I hug everybody.
Yeah, you're a hugger.
I'm a hugger, yes.
But it's a good way to be.
Yeah.
The hug and to move.
And that's another thing is being who you are, being true to yourself. You know, I mean, I'm just me. You know,
You're not just you, though, yeah.
No, well, yeah, but I am. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't be anything else that I'm not, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes when people say, "Oh, you know, we love you, Laws," and all this, and I think, and sometimes I can't see it, and I think, really, why?
You know what?
You know,
Andy said, I think Battle Guest 3, Andy said this to me, and it's so true. Receiving compliments, we struggle
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
See, one of the hardest thing is to do when somebody compliments you, say thank you. It feels so awkward.
it does.
You want to say, don't be silly, or whatever.
Yeah.
You want to push that away. You want to basically get that comment and throw it, so you're almost physically doing it. But to say,
I'm like-
when somebody says, oh, I think you're an inspiring person, to say thank you feels really tough.
It's tough.
But you're accepting it. They're giving you a compliment, and you just got to accept it.
But that's the next thing. You've got to accept it. And
It's trying to accept it and not make a flippant comment or try
Yeah.
to use humour to knock it away.
Yeah.
Nah, don't be silly.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just me. I'm just me.
But I am just me. But
Yeah. But you're great. Liz.
Thank you.
You are great.
But there you go. I said thank you.
Yeah, you
Thank
go.
you. And you're great too, Al.
Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah. Little steps. Little steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, was it?
Yeah. So I think we'll leave the battle there.
Yes.
We're seeing good progress there, Loz.
Absolutely.
And we are looking
Yes.
forward, and that's
Yes.
a great
Yes.
place for you to be in.
It is. Yes.
I'm really pleased for you
Yeah.
and Tina.
And I'm pleased for Al because he's doing well with all his social media and stuff. So get on there, look at it, share it, like it. That's a
Thank
little
you.
plug from me. That was unrehearsed and not what do you call it? Prompted.
Prompted.
No, it was
Choreograph?
choreographed
I don't know,
even.
that's
I
routine.
don't know. Yeah, it just could be,
Creative.
isn't it? Yes. But I wasn't asked to do that, no. But I believe in what you do.
You do, Loz, yeah.
And
You're my
always-
strongest
I have-
supporter.
I have from the word go. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a nice camera, by the way.
good stuff.
Let's move on to the next part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Your friendly fire question. Do you have a friendly fire question for the next guest?
I do.
Come on then. What is it?
I would like to know, if you were a flower, what sort of flower would you be?
If you're a flower. Okay.
Or a plant, or a tree, or
Okay, that's going to take some
Yes.
thinking. Yeah. Right. So stay tuned for the next episode and find out what Los's favorite flower is. What would she would be if she was a flower? And exclusively for our YouTube. Los, what flower would you be?
I don't know. This always comes to mind because they're like soft on the middle and they're like prickly on the outside. Not that I'm prickly on the outside, but I'm always like a tough, little bit of a tough exterior, but soft on the inside. I don't know if there's a plant like that. Is
You
there
wanna
a
be a
Venus
cactus?
flytrap maybe, or cactus? I can think of quite a lot of people that would be cactuses. That's a different. Sorry. I think. All right then. We'll go out of my comfort zone. If I was going to be a flower, I'd be a sunflower, a big smiley sunflower, and I like to think that I could put a smile on people's faces.
Love it.
There you go.
That's it.
Oh dear.
Well, Los, that was fantastic.
It was.
Thank you for being, again, a fantastic guest
Yeah.
on Personal Battles. If you
a
like the
pleasure.
YouTube video, give it a like and subscribe. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that was Battle Guest Los Revisited. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
That was good. I enjoyed that.